All right, hello, Latin Evolution. Oh, let me get this here. Position us a bit. All right, hello, Latin Evolution Radio. Welcome back to Live with Matt. Uh, yeah, we skipped a week there. I had some things going on. I just needed to kind of recharge and be at my best, but here I am.
Come on, it's holidays. No
It's,
worries.
it's the holidays, yeah, so we'll be all right. I guess we could talk a little bit more about the holidays. You got what exactly are you doing for Christmas?
We're going to, personally, I'm going to be in Mexico
Okay,
celebrating with my
yeah, yeah,
family.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna be there for a while too, right? So what?
2 years ago, it was the last time, but
Yeah,
it's
no, you're
good.
saying you're. I'm saying you're gonna be there for a while. You said you're gonna be there from Christmas till after the New Year, right?
Yeah. I
Okay,
mean, yeah.
it sounds like some fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, so far all I got planned
I mean,
is
if you are going to Mexico now, it's worth it at least to be there, like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 days because the tickets are so expensive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more unexpensive to go to Europe instead to go to Mexico.
So that's-
I know. When I see the prices, I was like, that is crazy. But it's
oh,
true.
all right. Well,
Yeah.
personally, I'll be in Minnesota still, but I'm gonna go visit my girlfriend's family. I'm pretty excited about that. Pretty close with them.
Good, good.
So yeah, I'm gonna get to spend some time with them. Then come back, you know, get ready for the new year or whatever. I'm not really a big, I guess, New
New
Year's
Year's
guy
fan.
or feel. I mean, not even a
Yeah.
fan. It's just like I don't feel really any different going into the New Year's. I
Yeah.
guess. I mean, it could be good for a time of reflection and whatnot, but I don't know. I'm just excited to get into some more Timberwolves games, and that's kind of all I've been thinking about since
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah. So in also it's gonna be kind of like a weird Christmas, with no snow and
Yeah. Uh,
because in the pronostics, the people say they are not gonna be snowing probably until January,
yeah.
probably.
Yeah, I mean, even then, what I'm hearing, like the snow isn't going to be the snow that we're used to. It's just going to be about an inch or two,
Do you
and
remember
kind of
one
just.
Christmas without snow? How long it was? Like 20 years ago, probably.
I wouldn't remember. I can say that I remember thinking that we are going to get to Christmas without snow, but then it just came in the normal
I
fashion.
remember like 3 years ago it was, but it was snow in Christmas. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But
but even then, it was cold. Like we got 40 degrees,
yeah,
and it's not feeling like Minnesota or but like I guess the worker in me isn't complaining about that because I'm not fighting the cold to handle work and whatnot, but the civilian of Earth is kind of wondering what's going on with the weather and
yeah,
what the future holds or whatever. But
yeah.
I guess we'll cross that when we get there.
Yeah, then we are gonna be on fire and covering the Timberwolves games. Next game is today, I think,
Yep.
right?
Today we play
Somewhere
Miami
in
at six
Miami.
thirty.
Okay, 6:30, and next in home is gonna be in the 21st.
Yep.
It's Thursday, right?
Yep. We
Yeah,
host the
Thursday, 23rd.
Lakers.
Yeah, we're there, and we are covering the game, and Joe and Carlos are gonna be in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Excited. Yeah.
Just to give some.
How was that last game for you?
Oh, wonderful, man.
Yeah.
It is great synergy what the team is having now between the, the members of the team and also with the fans. They are, supporting like never before. And I was like, oh, man, this is a big surprise.
Yeah. No,
Big surprise. Because, I mean, being honest, I was feeling a little disappointed because the fans usually are leaving the arena before or they are not going to support the team. But this season, I mean, that atmosphere is different.
yeah.
It's really nice.
No.
And being honest, I don't want to open my mouth too much because it's too early in the season. But I think this team is gonna be, I don't know, in the finals.
We have a chance to do it.
If the injuries respect the
Yeah.
players, we are gonna be there.
No. Yeah. And I just keep kind of pointing out every time defense, defense, defense because as I say, as everybody says, defense wins championships. But just in that last game, we seen exactly what our offense can, create. Like with Carl Anthony Towns having 40 and
40 and
37 for
Edwards.
Anthony. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Like
Yeah.
to see like not only will we be in those games with the defense, but we can start to lead those. Like put on some big points on those teams.
They are finding that balance,
Yeah.
between offensive and defensive.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, man.
We remain number one in the West. We just beat the Mavericks by a pretty commanding, lead. So, I mean, we're right there. All we got to do is just kind of continue to go through these things that we're doing.
Yeah.
Support that team. Everybody watching who's a Timberwolves fan. Yeah, it's amazing to see right now.
Yeah, the people do not believe that we still like a first on the West, in the West Conference.
Yeah.
They don't believe it.
And not only are we, first in the West, we're beating and competing the other teams that are up there. Like it's not like, just we got an easy schedule or whatever it is, but we're beating teams. We're beating those teams that we need
I think maybe
against.
the balance at the end of the season for me is gonna be probably the Timberwolves gonna be in winning, I don't know, around 55 games, because the total is 88, 82, no?
Yeah, 82.
It's probably 60-22 the record, or
Right
55,
now we're 19 and
55 27,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
That is what I'm thinking, but we never know. Okay, the next two games in Timberwolves is against Heat today at 6:30 and Wednesday against 76ers.
Yeah.
It's in Philly, right?
And Philly, okay.
Yeah, 6 p.m. The next game is in home. It's going to be against the Timberwolves at 8. It's not pretty usual, they always play at 7.
Yeah. It seems to be, I don't know, like just kind of all around right now.
Wonderful, wonderful with this team. They are first on the West with 19 and 5. The most closer is Thunder with 16 and 8. And the Eastern Conference, well, the Celtics had the best records in the league. It's a better one, sorry. It's 25, 20 wins to 5 lose, and the Bucks are behind them with 19 and 7. So the sad news in the week, the Vikings. What do you think about it?
I think we talked about this. I think we're getting to that point where, I guess you can't physically, or I don't know, in any retrospect of the word, throw the season away, but you got to start thinking about next season. You got to start thinking about our pieces, what we're going to do as far as quarterback, as far as just a lot of things. Do you believe we're going to still have our defensive coordinator? Because I could see a lot of teams wanting him as a head coach.
Yeah, I think so. But remember when he was the head coach of Dolphins, and just to figure out and let the people understand, one thing is to be a defensive or offensive coordinator and another one is to be a head coach. It's more responsibilities and it's a different atmosphere for them.
But even with the Dolphins, like they didn't have the most desirable record with him as the head coach, but he turned the program around and was, competing. And
because many people think it's because the money. He is the most. Many teams are started searching or reaching him, like trying to contact like a head coach. But sometimes the most important thing is the atmosphere where you are working, and if you are feeling comfy or not, And on the same Brian Flores words, is he is feeling really, really good in Minnesota. The people is so nice to him. He is feeling like respected, and probably I hope he keep he's still like being our defensive coordinator for next season.
Yeah, I would love that, and I'd agree with that. I'd say the appreciation for Brian Flores is definitely in the air in Minnesota.
Yeah,
and I hope it's not going unnoticed by him. But
we never know.
It's a business at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So he has to make a decision, for him or what suits him best. Like it is what it is. But I do believe he still has some type of lawsuit against the league still, like with that whole Miami situation. So I don't know what he's personally
because
thinking as far as about being a head coach or you know
if for him is the most important thing is the project what where he is working with Kevin O'Connell. He's still gonna be or he is going to be our defensive coordinator for I don't know if just for next season, but I hope for many
yeah,
years
I really hope so.
because he understands too. I mean, if the team is on the possibility to even to win the North Division, is because of the fans, and he understands too. I mean, offensively, we had a loss of many guys, many injuries, and Kirk Cousins, Mattison,
Yeah,
Akers, and give me another ones. O'Neal last week, and um, another ones. Give you another one. Jordan Hicks and
Jordan
the
Hicks.
fans. Um,
Hey,
the
he
other
plays
one,
by
the guy who
defense.
comes from New Orleans, I don't remember the name. He's playing with the number zero.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah,
no, I'm
I
not.
can't. I can't think.
Let
Of
let
the.
let's
But we're just no. I
Google help
agree.
me.
No, no, I got you. I agree though. We like as far as just thinking in the mindset of a defensive coordinator. You know, producing like that on defense. I mean, you got to give the benefit of the doubt because even if nobody else does, this is his team at the end of the day, and he knows what's going on in that locker room. He knows about all those injuries. He knows that every year isn't going to be like
He
this.
had
It can't
many
be like this.
rookies in the defense.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're doing amazing.
Yes.
And again, every year can't be like this with the injuries. Like it won't be like this. This is just catastrophic as far as just like our luck, but it's not an excuse like as far as just the season and how it's been played out. We're doing what we have to do, each Sunday, playing hard, playing to the overtime, the last whistle, whatever you want to call it. But I don't think he's looking over those things, especially being you know the presence he is on that Vikings roster. So
So then that is because many people are it's so frustrating because the Vikings lost last Sunday because that game was to live or die, you know. Because unfortunately, Vikings need to win the next three games and to wait to Detroit lost the next three games because it doesn't matter if you can win the other because remember it's the two of those three games are against Detroit.
yeah,
But if Detroit can win, the other one is gonna be the rest of our schedule is Vikings is Detroit, Green Bay, Detroit,
yep.
and Detroit is Vikings, Dallas Vikings. Dallas is in playoffs now.
Dallas, yeah,
It
and
doesn't matter if they can lose that game. That is the because this situation is not on their hands now. That is because many people were frustrating, and being even and broadcasting for a Spanish community. I mean, many people are so mad with Nick Mullins because on their criteria he commit three big mistakes, two turnovers on the end zone
mhm,
that it cost at least 6 points. Just being in they failed to get the
yeah,
touchdown and get the goal. The there are at least 3 points that we need at the end of the game. And the other one, it was unbelievable. You cannot get an inch at least on the 14 and
yeah.
it was so 14 inches and don't get it. It's
It's a
so
tough time.
frustrating.
It's a
So
tough time to be a
yeah,
Vikings fan right now,
yeah.
or I bet a broadcaster, let alone So uh it's a tough one. Kind of gearing back towards the NBA a little bit. Have you seen some of the just kind of extracurriculars that have been happening as far as I don't know, just Draymond Green and Did you not see what happened with him?
Yes,
Him getting
yes.
suspended.
I don't want to sound so rude, but I think this guy needs many issues. And he needs to recover of that.
No, yeah,
Probably, we don't know. Probably on his personal life, or we don't know. But it's not normal to have that conduct like he does
yeah,
with the.
aggression.
Yeah, exactly. And you remember when he has the incident with, I think with Gobert in
Yeah,
this season,
yeah,
and he
choked him
has
out.
another one. Where was the other player? He has, because
He just punched Yusuf Nurkic.
this was the third time in the same season,
Yeah, and
and
it's probably the 100th time over his career. Like you really got to start addressing that a long time ago. But I mean, because it's not, it's coming to this point where it's just everywhere. And
even being the owner of the Warriors, even the owners are to start thinking about him, because it's not a good asset for them
no,
to have a player like that. So
yeah, and even more than just like, actually not more, because like he definitely probably needs some therapy. He probably needs
yeah,
to address whatever issues he's dealing with personally on that personal level, and get that healing. But
because even
after that, I believe it's some accountability he needs to take up for it. Like,
yeah,
it's just like, he'll do these things and kind of go back on his show, talk a little bit about it, but like,
and
even
he's
even when he was confronted, nobody, like, he didn't really apologize for what he did. He was like, oh, like,
that is the point. Even he's not taking accountability of
no, he's not.
his attitude. So because at the end, many people say, okay, just an apology and that's it. But at this moment, he needs help. He
Yes.
needs help. So because I was hearing many people complaining and saying, "No, this is an idiot. That guy is a crazy guy. He cannot be a NBA player anymore because of that attitude." We cannot be like that with him,
Yeah.
because he's a human too, and
100%.
he needs help. You need help at any moment in
Yes.
your life. I need help at any moment, and this is the life. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. So
100%.
he needs, and I hope we can find that help pretty soon, and not only for him as a player, it's for him as a human.
Yeah. And uh, to kind of go along with that, I believe no matter where you are or who you are in your life, because we are humans and because we all have faults, it's always going to be things you need to work on. It's always going to be healing that needs to be done. It's just recognizing it, and I guess not taking it so hard on you, because you
Many
can't
people
be too hard on yourself. Like,
many people say, hey, he's a professional player, basketball player. He is earning a lot of money. He had millions and millions. He's living in a mansion and luxury cars or whatever. But even that, people had issues. We never know what is happening inside of them.
yeah,
You know, we have many examples of that. That the people are, I mean, they are rich, but they are not so successful
yeah,
totally in their lives. So no, they are still needing something. So
100%. It's
yeah,
it's as simple as, like, sometimes, like, you got to look at just regular people even the same way, like, because he is a person. No matter what, we are all
because
regular people. You can kind of get to whatever position that you think you want to be in, and realize that the problems inside are still going to be there. So you got to take accountability for those things, and you can't don't be too hard on yourself, because again, we're all human. We have things to work on. We all have healing to do, but it's about recognizing it, and being able to put that work in and do
that
the
is the
digging.
first step. Recognize do you need help,
Yes.
and the second one is go and get that help.
Mhm.
Because sometimes people are so rude with themselves. They are saying like, no, when they are like relaxed, trying to understand why they did that, they are like, I'm an idiot. Why I had that behave, and pretty rude with against themselves. And that is another mistake what we are committing. So he just need to be, I mean, to be more using his conscience to he's a human,
Yeah.
and we commit mistakes no matter
100%.
what. So, and we had the right to repair those mistakes and being best persons, like
Yeah.
so. Yeah, but we hope to that guy can recover pretty soon
No,
for that.
100%, and it's all in the support system too. because even when you're not able to recognize that you need help, you gotta like have those people that like care for you around you and can tell you like you're having a hard time.
Because even the depression is not always just you can express depression crying.
Yeah,
So the people is start being so aggressive or so rude. And also, I mean, and more in this season in Minnesota is pretty common, the depression in people,
yeah,
so even where I'm trying to find the information, because I know we had a line and where you can talk if you are in that kind of problems. So let me search. We are searching in this moment just to bring it to the public too. So let's see. The depression line is or mental health center. Let's see. Uh, is 480-970-9097. If you need suicide or mental health crisis support, or are worried about someone else, just needs text 988 or visit 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline to chat and connect with a trained crisis specialist. But text 988 or call at 480-970-9097.
yeah. And for people, like fortunately outside of that depression, like kind of don't be afraid to step outside your world and check on people.
We never know. Even that people where we are always seen very happy and
Yeah.
are surrounded for friends, and when they are alone, they are having depression.
Uh-huh.
So we never know. And if you are really love your friends and you see something like that, just help them. Call this line or send a text message, and you can help more than being, that kind of smart ass with them. Like, hey, you, because even for us, we had. I'm telling you, like Mexico, we had that tradition to be the man is macho. You never
Yeah.
cry. You are a man. You never can be weak in front of the people, but we are humans.
No, we
So
are all human. Toxic masculinity is. Once I
exactly.
learned what that was and how much it actually has affected my life, I just like as much as I can, I try to reject it. I got a lot of nephews, even like that's never the case. I don't tell them you stop crying. I don't tell them like, oh, boys don't do this. I ask what's wrong.
When I was kid, I remember my dad saying me that, hey, the men don't cry. Even if you had an accident playing or whatever, and you having crying, hey, stop crying, and you are retaining your feelings. You are not expressing what you're, and that is the worst mistake what we can commit with our kids. If he wants to cry, let him cry, because or let her cry, because
Yeah.
we need to express our feelings too.
100% healing needs to be done.
Yeah.
And we all need some healing. I mean, again, never, no matter who you are or where you are, like we all need healing. We all need to be constantly trying to better ourselves and just hoping for a better future and a better tomorrow and trying to provide that for each other.
Yeah, because sometimes we found that kind of people where they say, if the life is tough for me, the life is need to be tough for him, because why I gonna help him if I was dealing with this before? He can't do that, but we are not same. So at least if you can help, just help. If the other people do not allow to be helped, that probably is another deal. But you do your part.
Yeah.
So that is great, and it's good to let the people know
No,
about that
100%. And
situation.
it doesn't always have to be a burden. It doesn't always have to be as far as just like you have to fully be there for somebody. You sometimes all they need is just a little presence, a ear,
Yeah, or at
Like,
least somebody who can hear.
yeah,
I,
just listen or just be there, like popping. Like my mom tells me all the time, because like, yeah, I just have a lot going on sometimes, just with different, like I'd say the way my life has been and the way I grew up, and conflicting with the life I'm trying to make for myself. So sometimes like I feel like not it's a burden, but it's like what am I supposed to do, like when I want to go check in on my nieces and nephews, and my mom's like, you don't got to do anything, just be there. Like just being there is more than enough. And like when I like let those feelings go and I'm there, like I realize that it really really is being enough. Like they look up to their uncle so much, like,
yeah.
and I'm so blessed to have the people I have in my life.
And you take a really important point on this situation. You need to be responsible. You need to take accountability of your acts, of yourself first of all,
Yeah.
and later you can help on other ones, because sometimes the people is more worried about the other ones than themselves.
Mhm.
So that is a big mistake for us too. So
100%.
so
Make sure you're pouring into yourself so you can pour into others when the time comes.
yeah, I mean it's like a bottle of water. How you can fill it up the other bottle if you are not filling it up enough?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah, and I don't know, like sometimes like as just personally that goes into like maybe survivor's guilt or whatever, like, just feeling like I feel I'm being selfish because I'm providing this life that I'm providing for myself, and everybody doesn't really, have those opportunities or, you know, what I'm making for myself, but I'm trying to get to myself again. I'm pouring into myself to the
And
point
it's
where I
important to not
can.
put attention on that kind of comments, because sometimes people is it's rude when they he's a lucky guy, he don't deserve that, he is always trying to demeritate what you are getting, or saying like do not deserve what you are doing or what you have or what you get. So it's important to to trust in yourself, do not put attention on that kind of
100%.
trash, and go up.
Yeah,
So
focus on the positive. Focus on, you got to know yourself. You got to know yourself. You got to know when to take care of yourself, and you got to know when you're at a point where you can actually, like, even if it's just the most minuscule thing, do for others
yeah.
without more so compromising you. And it's just such, I don't know. I guess life's crazy because you never know exactly when those moments are, or when you
Yeah.
are pouring out like your cup that you have been filling up. But I don't know, as long as you can, because you won't always know yourself, but as long as you get a good idea of knowing yourself and like flex those muscles, because it is all memory muscles, and you you can kind of get back to grounding yourself and where you need to be. Because I mean, personally, just the last, like I said, the last week that I wasn't here, like I kind of was in that spot. I wasn't, more so in the crisis. I lost a really close family member, to gun violence and whatnot, and that was really hard for me. It's still pretty hard for me to, kind of think of or whatever. But I just knew I needed to take that time, and I can't, put myself out there when I'm not fully myself,
Yeah.
and it's just about paying attention.
Yep. Yep. I totally agree with that. Totally agree. So almost 29 minutes. Something else you want to add this afternoon?
Honestly, I was hoping I could add the things we just talked about. So no, the show hit it right on the head where I needed to be. I'm really happy that we touched on those things
Yeah, 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 yeah.
because they're important things that people need to hear.
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably I gonna sound like a goofy person, but and more in this season, if you had a chance to give a hug for a people, don't no matter what, doesn't matter if you don't know him or know her, just do it,
Yeah,
because that can help a lot.
you
Many
never
people
know.
are so depressed in this season. Many people are. We need to have more empathy too,
Yeah,
because a lot of us has our family here, had many stuff to do, and our economy is so good. Many others not. They are struggling with their economy or their other stuff,
Hmm.
or they even they are alone in this country. They had no friends to enjoy these seasons, and just just have more empathy and be nice with the people. We never
Yeah.
know. Even the one of the that is one of the lessons what my daughters got me. Even she said, "You can smile, just do it." We never know how is being the day of the other person, and we can change just with one smile. I
Yeah.
mean, just do it, and it's like like she said, I prefer to the people say I look like an idiot smiling, but an idiot being happy. And I say, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true.
Yeah, it's true.
You got a wise daughter. Yeah.
She is my, believe me, she is my teacher. She's not putting attention on that, but I'm learning a lot of her. A lot. So,
That's what's up.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So, when? So, we are in 31 minutes now. Wow.
Yeah.
So something else, but good wishes for our people,
Yeah.
because next Monday is Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna throw all the
We're not gonna be
best
here,
wishes out
so
there. You
probably
know,
we are with a hangover.
I, I, I'll make sure to upload a video for everybody. You know, say happy
Great.
holidays and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
spread the
Yeah.
positivity.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing here. We're gonna spread positivity.
Exactly. So for me to you guys is just to wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and it's not just to celebrate Christmas because it's Christmas and Santa Claus and all that stuff. It's just to renew our faith in whatever you believe. So it doesn't matter the religion. If you
Yeah.
believe in God, just renew your faith, and that's gonna be translated to being a better person every day. Not best to other ones or better to other ones, is to be better than you one day before.
Yeah.
So it's simple as that. So then, Merry Christmas,
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
guys.
I think I got one more piece to add.
Okay.
So on I think the first or second show, I promised that I would learn some Spanish. I've been doing this app called Duolingo, and I think I'm on a 12-day streak of just kind of learning a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
I
And
don't.
you learn what you learn.
I'm just learning, I guess, like the differences in
You can start saying Merry Christmas in Spanish.
Feliz Navidad.
Exactly. Feliz Navidad.
So I've been learning like I kind of just like the difference in like I guess how the words change when I'm directing it to you or directing it towards you know a party that's not here. So like okay, so if we're saying I eat apples, you know yo come manzanas,
Yes,
yeah,
yo
and then
como manzana.
yo como yeah. See, that's
Yeah.
what I'm learning. See,
That is
come
happened to me
is
when
for
I
you. Come is so el come,
El come, yeah.
and then tu comes.
Mm, it's just in present time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I'm kind of just learning the differences in that, like,
we
but
need
I
to,
just, I
we
just,
need to teach each other, because I still having some issues with the present, past, and future pronunciations in some verbs. Yeah.
but yeah, that's where I'm at now. I just kind of got into the section where it says I'm going to learn how to get around town and order food or
And
whatever I
it
need.
is good to learn. I mean, those is my dad. It was one of the consoles my dad got me when I was kid. It's better to look like an idiot for a moment and not all your life. So, and this is better dumb questions than dumb that never do a question. And that is true. I remember when I was taking my English classes here, it's funny stuff. It was on February 14th, and we had exchange gifts, and I received a teddy bear. Trying to say, my teacher, you are so corny. I say her, you are so horny. And she was on a totally red face, and the other guys come to say, hey, you're wrong. That is not horny. It's corny. I was like, shoot, man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So
But now I'm remembering that like a funny stuff. But at least I try to do. And that is the most important thing. You never be like, oh, what are you gonna look or what are they gonna think? It doesn't matter. Just do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Be afraid to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
And Feliz Navidad, amigos. See you until the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah, next year.
All right. See
Yeah.
you next year.
See ya. Have a good one, everybody. Bye bye.